If you or someone you know has been dealing with depression, anxiety, burnout, shame, guilt, condemnation, all of the things, this video is for you. For some reason, you have convinced yourself that if you rest, you aren't being faithful. That if you rest, you aren't being a good steward over what God has entrusted you with. But that if you rest, you are being disobedient. But if God has called you to rest and you're not resting, you are actually being disobedient. God does not call us to burnout. He calls us to rest in Him. There is a season for everything. There is a season for sowing, and there's a season for reaping. There's a season to speak, and there's a season for silence. And when you don't rest, it will turn into those things: depression, anxiety, and burnout. When you truly rest in God, He will bring you peace. God had to pull me aside and say, hey, when is the last time you rested in me as a daughter? Not as a servant waiting to go on to the next task, but as a daughter that is resting in my sovereignty, my goodness, and my faithfulness. And I had to look at myself and say, you know what? I actually haven't, because I felt like I had to play catch up. I felt like I was behind because I was in a season of disobedience. And God was like, I just want you to rest in me. You can't rush where I'm taking you. You can't manipulate me to move any faster, and you can't manipulate God's timing. The more obedient you are doesn't mean the faster God is going to move. God's timing is God's timing. You being more obedient isn't going to make God move any faster. You being here, there, and everywhere and just serving everywhere but sitting in God's presence isn't going to make Him move any faster. But I will say this: your rest is going to look different from everyone else's rest. We all haven't had the same battles in life. You've been through things that were meant to take you out of here. When I say take you out, I mean casket ready was meant to take you out of here. But you are still standing. You are resilient, and you require more rest. You require more quiet time with God for Him to heal you, for Him to prune you. You can't give what you don't have, and you can't give what God is still developing. What may look like neglect to outsiders is faithfulness to God, because He sees your weariness. He sees all your hurt. He sees your pain, and He knows your capacity. God is calling you to rest. Rest. Go and rest in Him. Rest in His promises. Rest in His faithfulness. Rest in His sovereignty. Rest in the fact that He is a good Father. Stop going before God as just a servant. Go before Him as a son, as a daughter that is wanting to be filled, wanting to be comforted, wanting to be restored, wanting to be replenished. The fact that you overcame all of the things that were meant to take you out and you still have your right mind is just proof, even more, that God is still with you, even in your rest. Because it's not your works that makes Him faithful, but it's your faith in Him that makes Him faithful.